Welcome, everyone. We're a film family, and we're here to review Brightburn. That's going to be our review for today, and I'm pretty excited to hear what you guys have to say about it. I don't want to say what I want to have to say about it because I know that some people liked it, some people didn't like it. So we'll start with Bigi. What was your?
I was going to have a quick.
First of all, we're going to have spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoilers every review on this channel.
Yeah.
What's it called? Do we? Should we start rating these movies instead of saying like, I liked it or I didn't like it, like something out of 10?
We can.
What would you give it out of 10?
Sure.
It's up to you guys. I'm gonna have a definitive number out of 10, but I liked it overall.
Okay. You liked it?
It's like I'd probably give it like a 6.7 out of 10.
So that's
barely passing.
That's a barely like it. Okay.
No, because that's almost that would round to a 7, and a 7 is a good.
He's getting math.
No, I give it a 6.7 because a 7.
You carried it too.
A 7 is better.
6.7 implies that it's close to 7, but it's not good enough for a 7.
Mm-hmm.
7 is good, 8 is like great, 9 is amazing, and 10 is like masterpiece.
Okay.
That's how I think a rating system would work, and then everything below that's like worse and worse to get to like 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd probably give it a 7. It was typical horror movie for me. I'm not going to go into everything right now, but the story wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be. But yeah, I would say 7. It wasn't horrible for me, but yeah.
Well, I don't think it was very good. I'm gonna say that probably like a 4. You know, it was like this lame little backstory of Clark Kent. You know, and I guess with $7 million, they
Oh, is that what the budget was?
Yeah, I think so, somewhere around there. So I guess for that it wasn't that bad, but come on.
All right.
It wasn't that.
Let's hurry this up.
What about my review?
Yes.
I thought it was like I would say 6.
Okay.
It was. I gotta agree. It was a basic horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was more disappointed because I felt that the trailer was so promising, but all the cool parts of it were in the trailer. In my opinion.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll like the for me, like the main criticism I have of the movie is like really 2 things, and one's more major than the other. Is that the movie had really one job, and it kind of like failed at that execution of it. The idea behind this movie is pretty simple, and I'm sure it's the idea many people have talked about, like, oh, what if Superman just like turned evil? But I think the problem would be with the fact that instead of like making it like deep, like he got bullied or he had abusive parents, they were like, no, we're gonna take like the nuance out of it and just make it like he just like is programmed to like murder people. And that was like my big problem with the movie. Like he just wanted to kill people. Mm-hmm. Like that was like his insatiable thirst.
See, my issue was kind of the opposite. He didn't kill enough people.
What?
This was supposed to be an alien who's just designed to kill people, and we had like 3 good executions.
So you just wanted more death?
It's a horror movie. No. I thought they could have done more. Like when I saw his mask, I thought it was going to be like a girl's braids. You know what I mean? Some really sick stuff.
Like ripping off.
Like a scalp, pretty much.
So
on the
your
front
criticism
of his face.
is that it's just not gory enough.
Yeah,
the
pretty
scene
much.
The guy's jaw.
Well, like, you had such a cool trailer. I was expecting something. Not.
So you just wanted like a slaughter. So you care more about the slaughter than the story. You just expose yourself.
It's a horror movie. What kind of story are we building?
See, you just expose yourself as a moviegoer because any good moviegoer does not want to...
I expose myself as a moviegoer? Yeah, yes, I go to the movies.
The best horror movies. The best horror movies have good stories. You literally are complaining about the fact that the movie's not bloody enough. That's awful.
James, what was your problem?
I don't know if you deserve to be here.
Because you rated it the lowest. Everything?
The dad.
Give your main... Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just thought they were clever with foreshadowing with him brushing his teeth. I thought they were clever with that. I guess it was a cool kill, but I mean, it just wasn't nothing great about it, man.
Yeah, for me, I felt like they didn't develop enough of the story.
Yeah.
I did want to see the descent.
How long did it take for the first kill in the movie?
It was I'd say about 30 minutes. Wait, who was the first kill? It was
wasn't it
the mom?
Yeah, because he appeared in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because once he discovers his I actually thought that was an interesting scene, like how once he throws the lawnmower and once he chews the fork, he starts noticing like he's different. Yeah. And I think this movie's gonna get compared to Man of Steel, the movie directed by Zack Snyder about Superman, which is a movie that's like it's not perfect, but it is a movie I actually like, and it's about like they kind of went for more like realistic approach, where he gets bullied for being different and stuff. But the point was that his parents always stayed like loving him, and so he kept his traditional values. But the thing is, like in this movie, the parents were good. and like most people were good to him. Like he wasn't savagely bullied, and yet he still like became evil. So it was like, well, that was your chance to like make it like kind of
My
a
point exactly. The story's messed up.
yeah.
Let's
I
just
thought
kill people.
there's really
But they
more
didn't do
nuance
that.
that could have been put into the story that just wasn't there. And I don't know if you guys you're gonna agree, but this really reminds me of the movie Chronicle.
Yeah.
Which is not a superhero movie,
Yeah.
like in like the
Is that like
traditional
The
sense.
Friends?
But I actually like that movie.
I love that movie. I
That's
think
pretty
it's
cool.
I think it's an example of how to do this movie better. It's not the same story because they're like not aliens, but the way that the kid's getting bullied at the end, he kind of loses it and he starts, just like, going off and killing people. I thought that's a much more interesting concept than like this little barn thing has this thing that's telling him like take the human race or whatever. That was stupid.
That was
the
really
world.
stupid. Dude, the ending was really stupid to me. I don't like
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Which
we were
one? He
talking
picked up
about
his
that.
mom or he
Like,
blew
yeah,
up the
like
plane?
where he takes his mom like I don't know, like 2,000 feet up in the air and drops
Yeah.
her.
I mean, I
In
think
slow-mo.
there's-
Slow motion.
Yeah, that was a little weird. I think the reason I didn't like hate the movie or anything it was because of what you said, the $7 million budget. And like what's kind of cool about the movie is it's written by Brian and Mark Gunn, who's James Gunn's like brothers. So it's kind of like a family
produced by
affair.
James, yeah.
It's produced by James Gunn. It's kind of like
I didn't like that aspect of it, but I just for me, I'm a story person. I mean,
Yeah.
this is someone that loves horror movies.
Yeah.
But I need some kind of story.
yeah. We
And-
should mention he's like an adamant horror movie fan.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
that's
his
why
favorite
I
genre.
mean I still enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I said 7 because I still enjoyed it. I'm very, easy on horror movies, especially when they're lower budget. But I kind of wanted it to develop more.
Let me say one other thing about the horror of this movie. Like, I thought that the techniques they use got a little stale pretty fast. And in a movie, they use that trick where you see him, you look away, he's not there, and then you see him. And you know what? Is like last year's Halloween, which is a fantastic movie. But like the scene where he's in the backyard, Michael Myers, and the light goes off and he gets closer. Like they pretty much use that tactic, but he did it like 5 times, and it was never quite as good as that. And it was never quite as scary. Because, like, you're thinking about it, you're like, why is this kid just, like, sadistic? Because I thought his goal was just to kill people. Is he supposed to enjoy it? Because if he was just to kill people, he would just, like, murder them and not, like, play around with them. So you're thinking, like, why? Is it because he's, like a predator type thing? Or that was just a little, like, he was just playing around with people, but I didn't really understand if that was, like, his nature or why he did that.
Got it.
So I guess he's just evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
fun.
like that's such a simple like that's not what I wanted, like and
They made him like arrogant in the counselor's office and everything.
Will you guys
wait,
be
which scene
tuning
was
in?
that?
Well,
I don't know. Whenever he was talking to his aunt.
oh yeah,
About,
and he's like you
what
should be
happened.
careful. Yeah.
That was funny.
will you guys be tuning in if there's a sequel?
No, this is the thing. I don't
Probably.
think people are saying there's
Like, what
like,
else am I gonna
I
do?
think I think there's like 0% chance of a sequel because I think the whole point of this movie was like, oh, by the way, remember that thing you talked with your friends at one time? Oh, we made a movie out of it. Like, and he would murder everybody because nobody could stop him because he's bulletproof and like he has super speed and stuff. So I think because like one of my friends when we saw it, he was like, oh, she's gonna get a piece from the alien ship and he's gonna stab. And I was like, no, they set that up to make you think that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna subvert your expectations by having him drop her or kill her or something. And he dropped her, and I was like, there you go. He's gonna kill everybody because nobody can stop him. Like the point wasn't about like telling this whole franchise starter or anything. It was just like, oh yeah, he's gonna murder some people because he's evil.
All right, we'll wrap it up. But real quick, acting wise and directing wise and all that stuff. Just
Yeah, I think the dad in this movie, everybody's gonna give him like crap. I don't think he was like excellent. I'm not gonna sit here and defend him, but I don't think his acting was always that bad. I thought the guy from Breaking Bad, sorry I don't know his name, but the guy who played Badger in Breaking Bad,
He played
I thought
Jesse
his,
Pinkman's friend.
yeah, his, I don't know about his acting. And he's like driving on the road. He's like, "Oh, stop!" I was like, that's not great. But I did think the mom, played by Elizabeth Banks, did a pretty good job. The kid, I forgot the name of the actor, but that kid was pretty good. Like he played that like emotionless a little bit, like which I think was kind of cool because that is a lot of how like kids act. They don't know how to express themselves yet. But yeah, overall, to the acting was just like it was solid.
The mom was pretty bad, but
You didn't think the mom was good? I thought.
not that good.
thought
bro.
Well, put it this way: the mom was the
She had a
best.
couple lines where I was like, wow.
Like what?
Brandon, baby.
Just trying to comfort her son.
I get that, but still, was not what's up.
I
I would say she's the best out of the movie. in
Well,
my
okay,
opinion.
I'll say this about that scene, that one part where he's like, I'm trying to do good, mom. And she's like, or no, because she's like, you were sent here for a reason or whatever. And he's like, I want to do good, mom. but I can't. Whatever. I was like, wait, what? Like that was like a really good line if the rest of the movie set up to that, but that made no sense because he clearly doesn't. He's supposed to murder. He's just murdering people. He's enjoying it. So that was like if that was a scene where like he was getting bullied for the last hour of the movie and then he snaps, starts murdering people, you're like, oh, like I feel kind of bad for him, even what he's doing is wrong. And then he says it'd be like, oh, that's sad. But I was just like, no, you don't. You don't want to do that.
It'd be
You've been
different if he
ripping
was like
people's,
half human and that thing was like possessing him, but he
That would've
was
been
a
interesting.
pure alien.
Yeah.
He was
Well,
evil.
there are storylines like I don't know any off the top of my head that where Superman as a baby kills everybody, but like there are stories where Superman kind of loses it, and so like they'll
Injustice,
add some humanity. Yeah, Injustice. They'll add some humanity to it, and like I really kind of hope they would do it in this movie, but that was probably my biggest disappointment to the movie.
All right. Well, that's our review. Hope you liked it.
I think that's it on Brightburn. So
Yeah.
It's not much to say. It's a pretty short movie.
Yeah.
It's an hour and 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.
See you guys next time.